It's small, it's light on the pocket, and it supports autofocus and offers a nice bokeh. We are talking about the cheapest f1.8 autofocus lens by TTartisan at 35mm. I got this lens 2 months back and took it out on testing in different scenarios. Whether you're planning to film those videos or snap those nice portraits with this, we'll talk about everything. Who is this lens for, the pro and cons. So hit that subscribe button and let's begin. Please note that I bought this lens at my own cost, so this video is not sponsored at all. The lens maker TTartisan is based in China, and this lens is available for Sony E mount, Fuji X and Nikon Z mount, and can be ordered through these websites costing roughly around $125. When you order it, you'll receive this well sturdy little box, inside which you have some docks and lens which is all metal and feels very premium in the hand. It has a metal focus ring that turns extremely smooth. You have a 52mm universal thread for the filters. You get this front lens cap and the rear lens cap that has a USB-C port which can be used to update the lens firmware. We already received an update for the Fuji X mount last month. There is no gasket or weather sealing in this lens, so I will not recommend using it in bad weathers. You also get this squarish plastic hood that you can put now reversibly as well. Now let's talk about the image quality of this lens. First one being the sharpness. This lens is actually really sharp. We have good sharpness in the center and it gets little softer in the corners. With up to f6 you start to see sharpness all around the frame. One thing about this lens, you will see a fair amount of vignetting, especially down at the lower stop f1.8 that remains until a lot of f-stop later. But it all depends upon the preference. Some people like to add vignette in post like me. Also, that is very easy to correct in the post. You can go to the TTartisan website and download the lens profile to correct with a single click. I'll also leave the lens profile in the description below, so make sure you check that out, along with the gyro lens profile for the gyro stabilization if your camera supports the gyro data. Although a bad news for all the Lightroom mobile editor, the lens profile is yet not available for the app and I haven't found a way to add it. So if you know how to do it, let us know in the comments. Autofocus is really great on this lens. It's fast. At least on the Sony E mount there is no lag, and if you are using a AFC mode it switches quickly between subject. There is no fluttering, no second guessing. It sticks to your subject really well. The autofocus is very silent. It also supports the face tracking and the eye detection. The lens exhibit a moderate amount of the focus breathing, so if you want those cinema style long focus pulls, then you might notice the focus breathing in your video and there is no compensation available in the post. I also tried this lens for the manual focus to capture some northern lights. Either it was freezing cold and my hands were not working, but focusing the star was kind of difficult. In terms of the distortion, the first one being the braille distortion, there is none. The images are nearly perfect with the straight lines. TTartisan did really well when it comes to the lateral chromatic aberration as well. When the subject is in the focus and properly lit, even after you increasing shadows all the way up, you won't find any lateral aberrations. With the longitudinal chromatic aberration, there is a small problem if you see down at f1.8 that you'll notice some chromatic aberration if you try to pixel peep. It gets less noticeable at f2.8 and is completely gone by f4.5. Talking about the flaring, this is the area where you'll see the average performance from this lens with being a low cost lens compared to the Sigmas and Sonys. But it's not so bad. You will surely see some flares with the direct sunlight and sometimes even little too much. In case of the night light, you'll see some flares and unwanted ghosting as well. So I would suggest to use this lens hood when you are in a situation, or use a hat to create that shadow. You will also see some sun stars at higher aperture of f16, which are kind of average. In terms of bokeh, this lens performs really well. Given the larger aperture of f1.8, you'll see nice transition from subject to the background. You also have this little swirly effect which makes the bokeh stand out a little bit more. You won't see much of the aberration in the real life scenarios. And when it comes to the nighttime bokeh, you will see again a really nice performance. One of the cleanest bokeh balls with glowing ring ball effect. You won't see onion rings or haloing. The only thing you'll see is a nice blur and good looking bokeh balls. So what would I recommend this lens for? Portraits is where this lens truly shines. With a 35mm which acts as a 50m equivalent on APS-C, you'll get a nice distance between you and subject. This can also be useful if you are looking for something street photography. In terms of videos, the framing can be a little bit issue. If you are taking a head videos, your camera will be pretty far out to reach, but this video is shot on this lens, so it's possible. And if you want to get close to the subject, the minimum focus distance is about 40mm. So for doing macros or photo shot, it can be a little tricky. But if you want to shoot a cinematic scene with a little distance and a nice background separation, or highlighting the subject, the scenes out of this lens feel straight out of a movie. If this video has helped you make a decision about this lens, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It helps me creating videos as an individual creator. And if you have any question about the lens, shoot them in the comments. That's it for this video and see you soon.